Welcome to Noonday Prayer. I'm Lori Tate. I'm on staff at Jackson First Presbyterian Church here in Jackson, Michigan, not Jackson, Mississippi. And it's a little bit chillier today in Michigan. I wanted to just share a few thoughts with you today about faith. Coming out of Hebrews chapter 11, it says, "Now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see." And then the author goes on, and it says, "By faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command. God said, 'Let there be,' and there was light. Let there be, and there was sky, and there was earth, and there was the waters." So by faith we understand the universe was formed. And then it goes on and talks about Abel and Enoch. And then it says, "And without faith it is impossible to please God. Because anyone who comes to him/her must first believe that the holy God exists and that she rewards those who earnestly seek him." Faith is not something we check off our list. We've got it. I've mastered that and it's over. Faith is ongoing. Faith is ongoing. And I love the Old Testament. I love the biblical narratives and stories that tell me about the people of faith. Not perfect people at all. People who had faith. Because I think that hopefully as we get older, we begin to write our own, if you will, edition of the Bible. We have our own stories of faith that we share with one another. The stories of faith of remember when God provided and this happened. Remember when. And faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we cannot see. There's a lot we do not know. When you get the call and, there's a diagnosis of cancer, and you go into the office and you find out that your job, your place of employment is letting you go. When you get a call and you find out that a dear one has passed away. Faith does not take away and change those things. We don't see the steps, 10 steps down the road, but faith is taking that next step. Taking that next step. Taking that step that says, I can get out of bed today. I can do this today. I don't know about tomorrow or next week or next month, but today I can do this. And I love that to please God, we need to seek him. For without faith, it is impossible to please God. We must first believe he exists, and we don't even have to be confident and 100% sure he exists. We can just be, I think he might exist. I think there is purpose. I think there is a universal truth. I think there is a God. We just need a little to acknowledge that he exists and that he rewards those who earnestly seek him. And we don't have to seek him perfectly. We don't. Nor do we. We do the best we can. We seek God the best we can. And when things get crazy, and when by things I mean things that I have no control over, things that I can't predict of what will happen or whatever. I cling desperately to the things I do know. I do know that the sun will come up, and I do know the sun sets in the west. And I believe that God has a hand in that. I believe that God has a hand in that. And that the mercies of God are new every morning. Every morning. Not just to me, but to you and to my neighbor down the road and the neighbor around the world. God's mercies are not just for me. And so I cling to those things, just like I cling to the little green daffodils popping through the ground, that there is life, even though I have not seen that life for months. It is there. And so I pray that God gives you strength, that God gives you courage to hang on, that sunshine, the sun coming up in the morning is there's God. There's the Holy, holding the world in his hands. Amen.